that is very compelling, and people take those words very seriously if they are expressed by straight allies. So it's very important to reach out to other groups. And not only in terms of gay and straight, but also in terms of religion. In my line of work, I see a lot of opposition from religious groups who say we don't acknowledge gays and lesbians and transgender people as equal to us because in the Bible or in the Quran or whatever, they are not equal, and God didn't create Adam and Steve, but only Adam and Eve, and those kind of arguments. And for me, it's always been very important to try to dissect those arguments and try to look for allies within those religious groups who are opposing equality. And always it's the case that in those other groups there are allies. Sometimes they don't dare to speak out, but when you talk to them privately, you hear, actually I think you're right, or actually I think everybody should be treated equally, God loves everybody, and arguments like that. And it's very important to tap into those other allies and try to see if you can encourage them to speak out in their own community, and then slowly, incrementally go forward. We are now talking about 2012, and when you look back for, let's say, the last 25 years, we in the Western world have accomplished so much. 25 years ago, it was unthinkable that we would have conferences like this, and that people from companies would be here and talk about how can we create an open and tolerant workplace where everybody can express himself or herself as he or she sees fit. It's wonderful to see what we have achieved, and living in the Western world, we might think that the rest of the world is almost the same, and of course that's not. I attended the signing of the Amsterdam Declaration about half a year ago here in Amsterdam, with all kind of good advice on how to create an open and tolerant workplace. And I was so inspired by the Amsterdam Declaration organized by Workplace Pride that I had a discussion with my colleague of Human Rights Watch, the director of our office in Tokyo, in Japan, and she told me that she wanted to reach out to companies in Japan to see if they could take up a leadership role, because politicians in Japan are very, very hesitant to speak about homosexuality and equal rights. And she thought, well, maybe within companies we can tap into people who are progressive and want to work on these issues. And so she reached out to a few companies, and now I'm proud to say that on the 18th of September in Tokyo, we will have a discussion about the Amsterdam Declaration, but in Tokyo with the vision of making it a Japan Declaration in 2030. And that's because of leadership of Workplace Pride. And I would really like to thank David for all his wonderful input there. Now, I've been talking about the Netherlands, I've been talking about California, about Japan, but I would like to say a few words about my work in the rest of the